Going Diane, and welcome to my cursed podcast. Alright, so let's take it from the beginning. My name is Gunildur, I'm in Iceland, I live in Iceland, and this is my podcast called The Project Pal because I have projects and they are in piles. In this podcast, I talk about yarn, talk about knitting, crocheting, anything else yarn related, and like how you work with yarn. You know, that's a spiel. I talk about yarn, talk about fibers when I learn about them. I talk about the weather quite a bit actually. I talk about my projects, what I'm working on, what I finished, what my plans are, what my conceptual ideas are, and yeah. And this podcast is cursed. Why? Because I sit down once a week to film these podcasts, right? Throughout the week, I barely get interrupted by anything. Like, very few phone calls. Like, very, very little interruptions. As soon as I sit down to film this podcast, I barely get time for myself. So weird. I don't even have kids. This is so weird. But anyway, so let's start with the weather because that is apparently the thing that I've been doing. Weather's fine. Okay, so I'm actually hesitant to talk about the fact that we did have a heat wave in the past week because I am so well aware of the atrocious weather that has been in Canada and parts of Northern America just in the past week. So while we here in Iceland have been, well, at least eastern part of Iceland, have been having this absolutely wonderful, warm, nice, comfortable heat wave. Cannot say the same thing about the news from Canada. Like, oh boy. So yeah, we've got nice weather. Yesterday, Saturday, we had fog just over the ocean, so we could see the top of the mountains across the fjord, and we could see like patches of the sky. This morning we had overcast skies and higher fog, so you could see the sea and across the fjord, and you know the bottom of the mountains you could not see above it. Funny, I know. We don't have any fog anymore, but it's overcast, so the more you know. Still, I would rather be here than in Reykjavik because people over there cannot go outside if they have any respiratory issues and illnesses or anything, or if they are infants or toddlers or children because of the volcano. So the volcano decided to be extra nice and give everything a nice dose of poisonous gases. So if you're a healthy individual, which luckily a lot of people are, but not everyone, you can't go outside. It's not recommended that you do any exercises or any exertions, but you can't go outside unless, of course, you have any illnesses, like particular respiratory ones, because the volcano just absolutely loves Reykjavik right now. So yeah, I'd rather be where I am. Like, it's not... It is very, very risky. It is not the most pleasant, but it is not like instantly toxic or like a Hollywood movie type of dealio. Because real life is not a Hollywood movie. But, you know, when there are risks, please don't take them. So yeah, I'd rather be over here in the fog than over in Reykjavik in the blue mist. I have been talking for almost 5 minutes and no interruptions. Right, speedrun. Oh yeah, I told you last weekend I was gonna have my second shot of Pfizer, the Pfizer vaccination. Got done, went fantastically. There were really few people. You know, I've seen on TikTok, and particularly TikTok, yeah, where people like in America particularly, when they have been going to have their vaccination shots, they have been in like areas with closed spaces, like with curtains and all that stuff, and I've been like, oh, that looks nice. Um, but like where I live here in Iceland, and basically in Iceland, we have been really, really fortunate when it comes to the pandemic. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we have been so incredibly fortunate, lucky, and you know, really few cases considering. So particularly in my area, there haven't been like any cases, like any infections, and so here in Iceland, there's basically just been community centers, and I mean, yeah, there are 2 meters between chairs, but we haven't had to like isolate everyone. We've been able to, you know, just have chairs in like with you know, with the distances between, but we have all been able to be in the same open space, which really makes things very easy for the professionals to jab us in the arm. So you know, differences also, like, yeah, but it went really well. There were very few people getting the second shot in my area. I think I was among the last. So happy news. Also got a really good friend to pick me up at work, take me over to, because I had to go to another town over, another fjord, and my friend was kind enough to come pick me up at work and drive over, wait for me, and drive me back. So, and we had a really nice time to just catch up and chat, because I haven't been able to chat with this friend of mine for close to a year. It's just been hard, but you know, 2020 wasn't a very nice year for most people. Also, super nice weather, like, holy, just, which was really nice. That Wednesday was nice because I got insomnia the night after. Maybe I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm choosing to laugh because I did manage to get some sleep, but somewhere around like 3 in the morning, I woke up with you know, the muscle that got jabbed. It was screaming. My forearms were screaming. My lower legs were screaming, and part of my back also. There were muscles that were just really not happy with their life right now. So I had to get up and get some painkillers and what you call it in English? I took 2 tablets of ibuprofen and 1 of Parataps, and that was enough for me to not feel the pain anymore, but it wasn't enough to fall asleep again, so I then had to work a full working day on Thursday, which I got through. Somehow I managed, but that was like, oh, interesting, and then it was just fine. So, yay! Didn't get sick after the second one. So happy. Apart from the insomnia wasn't that nice. But hey, all things considered. So, let's see. 9 minutes, no interruptions. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting really nervous. So, last week, didn't really knit a lot. Not until Friday. And I only worked on the pullover. But I did manage to get this much done. So, I'm gonna lay it here because it's gonna be like somewhere around here. And then down here. And this is a decent enough length of, you know, a top. But I do want it to be a little bit longer. And I've got something like, I think 51 centimeters done. I need like 57 centimeters to be happy, but I do have this much left of the yarn. This is original size, so I do have quite a bit left, so I'll see how much I get done. I'm currently in yellow, but there is quite a bit of color left, so I think I should be able to get like the fourth stripe of color, and then end on yellow. There's yellow here, so I think that would look really nice. So yeah, this is yet again the Angora design by Ice Yarns, and each ball is about 550 meters, so estimated is about a ball each front. And then I need to figure out how I'm gonna do the sleeves. Still don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'll figure it out. So yeah, you know, it's kind of fun. These podcasts are supposed to be about knitting and crocheting and all that, but then I do really little of the knitting and all that. But I do talk a lot about the weather. Like, maybe I should change it over to a weather podcast. But then again, But yeah, I have not been working on like my. Where are you? On my visual, still on this stage. But I need to remember I'm gonna link my seller on Wishlist. Television. So I'm gonna link the seller on Wish where I got this yarn from. It's a rainbow line because I love this yarn and so pretty. I love it. Also because there haven't been any, very few knots. The thread has been fantastic to work with, just like the Angora Delight design. Of course the Angora is a lot softer, but this is still really nice. So I'll link that. And my Wearer shawl is still on the same stage as last time I showed you. Only got this much done. But these two are always by my side, so if the fancy strikes, I can get to them. But my current obsession is this super simple pullover that I'm making up as I go. And it's so soft and I can't wait to get it finished. I am so close to being done with this panel, then I just need to do the other panel and then figure out the sleeves. But I am happy to see that I got this much yarn done left. So this pack of yarn should be more than enough to make an oversized pastel colored pullover for myself. Which makes me happy because I'm not sure that they've still got the, or they have restocked again. I hope they do soon. This yarn is lovely. Like, listen, I got this much done, okay? Do you notice a thing? Do you notice? There hasn't been a single knot. Not a single one. Which is fantastic. Just not a single knot. And, like, I love this yarn. It is so nice to work with. So pretty. And not a single knot. Just. So yes, I really hope they start, get to restocking it, because all the other colors as well, just, I want to work with them, but they need to restock so I can work with them. So yeah, this has been me this weekend. Trying to think of what else I want to say. I don't think there is. I got through this without interruptions. So yes. I keep waiting for interruptions at the end of the video. But yes, thank you for watching this weekend. And I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit bummed out that I don't really have, anything else to show you. I want to be more productive, but there is time that I don't really have, and the ability to focus, which I don't have all the time. But still, at the same time, like, okay, this duality. on one hand, I'm a little bit frustrated that I don't manage to finish more items than I do. On the other hand, I am so happy that I do manage to do the things that I do manage to do. So, I mean, frustration is understandable. I always want to do better than I do. But on the other hand, and that one kind of weighs more, I do manage to do the things that I do, and that matters. And I'm still happy about things I do manage to do. And that's like a big bubble than the other one. The other one is like tiny in comparison. Yeah, so I will see you next weekend. Oh, I can't wait to see how much I manage to do next week. I should be able to finish this today or tonight, and then get started on the second panel. Yeah, we'll see what I manage to do. But until then, I will see you, hopefully in the sun. Maybe not so foggy. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bless bless!